Warning! Ladies, the following show features graphic content. Accordingly, neither the creator nor the producers of this video will be held responsible for what happens to your lady parts.
Hey, hi there. I'm a cam whore, and how? Vanilla server, Q&A. What more can I say? We're also going to do, now, I'm going to look at the camera, I'm going to look at the screen, and I'm going to look at the screen. So my head is going to be bopping about all over the shop, and I'm sorry for that. And you're going to have to put up with my face, and I'm sorry for that too, because it's so damned gorgeous. So what I have planned is a selection of questions that we've taken off the Reddit. Thank you. Let's just do thank yous all round before we get into the meat of it all. Let's just get our ass up there. Boom. Perfect. Thank you for the support. It was overwhelming. It wasn't. My last video wasn't a video to say, you know, pity me or anything like that. I was just really trying to let you know how it was, how the situation is, without whinging. Because when you start talking about money and things, people go, "Oh, what's about money?" And there's some cold hard facts to the world. So I wanted to let you guys know that. And the support, as I say, absolutely fantastic. That was, well, as I say, overwhelming. Quite a few people donated, which, again, fantastic. I can't. It's difficult. It's just, if you're not careful, it just sounds like platitudes. But genuinely, I'm grateful. And as usual, if you send me a donation of pretty much any size, I think it gets to a point where it's so small that PayPal just steals it. But if you send me a decent, God, that sounds so wrong. That sounds wrong. I'm sorry. If you send me a donation that PayPal doesn't steal all of it, then I will, you know, email you a thanks in return, and just let you know that it is appreciated, because, well, Beef's been on, well, he joined just before I started, so putting in the hours again there, Beef, well done. But anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about questions. Look, I've stacked up a lot of stuff here for this. Running around here, I'm trying to do a lot of things at the same time, which is tricky dicky. Trying to work out if that looks any good. Should I just bring that? Yeah, you know what? I think I probably should just bring that down as a staircase. Makes sense, doesn't it? Questions. Thank you to everybody who submitted a question. Again, very grateful. Sorry, I'm trying to work out what I'm doing and talk. There are a lot. I can't possibly go through all of them. I will go. I've picked some. Picked many. Well, I'm running out of these guys. I will go through them. I will also try and do some talky talks about graphic design, because there seems to be quite a lot of people interested in various levels of that. So I think what I'll do is I'll cover that. I'll try not to make it. I'll you know, split it up. Get some extra stuff going as well. But I'll focus. But I will talk quite a bit at length about that. To say, because people seem interested, and a lot of people seem to be, seem to have picked it as a career or are thinking of or something. So I can get a bit of insight into that. You know, let you know what to expect. Give you a help if I can. That will be my pleasure. So, should we pick a question? Let's have a look. Let's pick these two because they're quite similar. Oddball Gamer says, did you expect to get along with Good and the other Mindcrackers so well when you first talked to them? And Mega Armo Team says, were the guys, Good, etc., the same in person when you first met them, as you expected them to be from watching their videos and such? As you probably know, I met them when they were in London after Minecon in Paris. I met them at the train station in glorious sunny Staines because we were going to go to Windsor for the day. Let them show them about, let them see some stuff outside London. And yeah, I think it's fairly safe to say they're exactly the same. Good certainly was very much like himself. Pause is, I think, is generally accepted by those that know that Pause is slightly more mellow when he's in real life. A little easier to handle. But yes, they were both pretty much as I expected them to be. It's funny. It's funny. I mean, the first question there is probably talking a bit more about when I talk to them on Skype as opposed to the second one, which is meeting them in person. I mean, I watched Good for a while before I entered his competition, and I think the reason I entered his competition was because I thought, you know, he seemed like a really decent guy. You know, the sort of guy that I would like to talk to. You know, I thought, you know, this is the kind of guy you want to go down the pub with. So to actually do that, you know, 2 years later, is a slightly surreal experience. I mean, you know, there's no fanboyism or anything like that nowadays, but it was still, oh, idiot, still slightly odd, but good odd. Don't get me wrong, good odd. Yeah, it was very strange because you talk to somebody for so long and you get to know them, and you know, we used to have our sort of late night chats quite early on where we just sit there on Skype and just talk bollocks, frankly. I mean, that would have been, I think that was kind of the precursor to the podcast in a way, because we thought we should really just record this, but I think most of it was unbroadcastable, to be fair. But it's you kind of, the actual meeting of somebody is almost irrelevant at that point because you kind of know them so well. It's just like kind of having the face there. I mean, I kind of knew what he looked like anyway, and I don't think he'd seen a picture of me, but I think there's an initial getting used to what you see matching what you hear, as you are probably suffering at the moment. But you know, it was good guy. Can't say enough good things about Good. He needs more recognition for this. The guy is selfless. Really genuinely needs loving. Right, now I want to put some things up that I haven't quite worked out yet, which I probably should have done before. I've got gold, I've got iron, I've got lapis, I've got some emeralds, and oh, we've got another diamond I've just pulled off there, like that. So I think we can use these as sort of ranks, maybe for generosity. And then we've got diamond block, obviously, for the main guys. Excuse me. I think the main guys will be, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we'll do that. The main people are really special people, not just for, you know, amount of money they've given, which is, you know, extremely generous, and I'm always very grateful for that. But people that you know I've had a little bit more interaction with than just here's some money, thank you, bye. So let's knock out a couple of those. We'll keep the top ones for a bit, but we'll go. I think we'll do these. These are very generous people who I haven't met or had major interaction with, and we will start here, and we'll put a diamond in. You get a diamond if you're a super guy, and we will do now. I used to do surnames as well, but I think we'll just. Now what I've done is I've gone into Excel and I've taken all of my emails from donators and put them into an Excel sheet, and that was dull, I can tell you. Chris, I normally put the actually, do you know what, I think I might. Chris H. We've not got his YouTube name, we've not got his Minecraft name, and some of these are very odd because I'm going to include all the ones that I put in the golf course as well. I'm going to mix it up, so because this can be a little bit dull for people that haven't donated, and it needs to be done. It needs to be done. Actually, well, I'm not going to put the money in either because, frankly, it's a bit vulgar. So there you go, Chris H. Sadly, I can't put anything more than that, Chris. But you know who you are, and I know who you are, and that is what counts, my friend. Let's pop that in there. Let's do another one of these, and then we'll talk some more with another question or two. This is Matt L, and again, oh, we've got two Matt L's. Oh, I thought I'd gone through that. Okay, either way, oops, this doesn't really matter. Either way, there is no MC name or YouTube name. Selfless acts by selfless people. They're not even after stuff, you know. It's just so nice. Yeah, donators, they just blow me away. They really do, especially in the early days. I should just point out, if you are interested in donating, I'm not after you could see more. I am currently looking for funding my trip to Minecon, because it's going to be East Coast of America and very expensive, but do not feel that you're obliged to do so. That's entirely up to you. Bollocks, I meant to start my timer and forgot. Never mind. Let's have a question from a Mr. Pause Unpause. I don't know who he is. What's your favourite spread on toast? I love me some Nutella. Now you see, Nutella is pretty awesome, but it's a tricky one. It depends on moods, I think. It depends on moods. So I like butter and peanut butter, but it has to have butter on it. That's a definite. Let's just slap that there because that's going to be for lowly. But money, you know, the amount is not important here. What is important is, you know, donating. It's P17 Productions. I like Nutella as well, to be honest, but it's got to be at night usually, and quite late at night, and I'm quite hungry. I used to love Marmite, which, funnily enough, is another question. So let's just grab that quickly so I can actually name check him, or indeed her. Oh, there's so many questions, so many questions. Marmite, love it or hate it. Gunaholic. I did love Marmite, especially on white bread, but I'm allergic to celery, so I can't eat it now because Marmite has celery in it, which fucks balls, and that is a theme that is going to recur. Trust me on that. So there you go. P17's got his thing in there, so to speak. So yeah, I think peanut butter is my go-to one, or just cheese, plain cheese, a bit dairy-y perhaps. How did you first discover Good, and how big of a fan were you on a scale of 1 to 10? Now, I can't remember, actually. I can't remember. Well, I remember how much of a fan I am. I can't remember where. Oh, you bastard! I can't remember where I started. When I started watching him. I used to watch Coast Quest and X quite a lot. Funny story about Co, but we'll talk about that another time. But just saying, watch my sub box. But yeah, used to watch those two, and somehow I found good. And I really wish I had an interesting story to tell about that, but unfortunately, I don't. Just these people not giving me their names is crazy. Oh, there you go, Thomas. Yeah, I wish I could tell you something more. Probably should have thought about that before I asked the question, really. But certainly he was one of the early ones I watched. And as I said before, he seemed like a decent guy that I wanted to talk to. And when he did his competition, I was on a I can't remember the name of the server now. I was on a multiplayer server at the time, which was all right. It was a little bit hectic. It was generally a good server. We had a couple of people coming in and griefing, but generally it was quite good. But that was the very early days of multiplayer, of course. It's expensive to drink. Strawberry Ribena, man's drink. Yeah, it was a good server, but I think when I first started, there wasn't even mobs. You know, it was that, and it was riddled with bugs. But hey, welcome to Minecraft. Let's just do this. I don't know why I'm sort of randomly doing the small ones. These guys should be down in the cellar, really. You know. I joke. There you go. But yeah, he once he did that competition, I thought, yeah, I'm going to do that. And I don't generally enter competitions, and I didn't have a YouTube channel or anything like that. I'd never made videos before, but it just hit me. You know, sometimes you just click with someone and you think, yeah, why not? Let's just do something completely out of character, way out there, crazy. People that outside would look at you and think, what the fuck are you doing? But sometimes you just got to go with it, and that's what I did. That seemed to work. It's quite good. Anyway, let's just quickly get some slightly more interesting things. Not them all wood, do we? You guys will be there, you guys will be there. Let's start with Joel. Have a bit of Joel. He is Joel W. And let's underline that. And please tell me, yes, well, he's got a YouTube. So by all means go and have a look at that, which is Ginger Joel 1602. Oh crap. I think I did this last time, didn't I? Ginger Joel 1602. Don't have long names, you silly people. That's a really arbitrary number to stick on the end. Now, Ginger Joel is quite generous, and I think he deserves some gold. Pow! You the man. An early supporter, and I'm grateful for that. Right. Mr. Vintage Beef says, if you were handled 25 grand and had to buy a car with it, what would you buy? Now, I did have this discussion with somebody before about Porsches and how if I had the money to buy a Porsche, I don't think I would. I think there are better cars that I'd rather have. 25 grand is not big. That said, I would really like a sort of 1970s Carrera, proper one. That would be nice. But a couple of years ago, I saw a really nice kit car based on Impreza rolling stock. And I think that is what I would buy. It was sweet as a nut. I can't remember what it was called, but it was gorgeous. And I think, you know, a pretty lightweight space framed car with the Impreza running gear and engine in it would, you know, four-wheel drive, be great fun. And I'd like to build it. That's also the important thing. I would really enjoy getting down there. You have a little garage space and just get in there and weld some shit together. You know what? I'm going to put. Let's just mark these so that I know I've done them. Otherwise, there's going to be some embarrassment in a bit. Done you. Okay, so I think. Well, let's have another gold, shall we? Let's have a Woota. Oh, we know, because that's completely the wrong freaking window. Woota. Ah, and he is not English. His name and his channel is Bumviz, which sounds a lot like the people that did Ren and Stimpy. Different bus. Okay, rock and roll. Couple of golds there. Oh, it's really annoying. I should just randomly span it up a bit. Actually, let's do that. Let's hit the randomize. Let's do it by name. I've got it listed by amount. You see, and that's. Oh, there we go. Let's sort A to Z. Sweet. Right. I'm going to need a lot more picture frames. I need a lot more space. I need a lot more questions. That was a bit heavy on that, isn't it? Can we go for heavy so soon? No, let's wait for a little bit. Digger John 111. I'm 44 years old and got back into gaming after I finished my graduate studies, and I actually had some free time for once in my life. What got you into gaming, and like me, did you get away from it for a while? Well, I suppose a little bit younger than him, and I don't know whether he found this, but I found I was growing up at just the right moment. I need to go and get some rabbits. Computers were, you know, entering the household. You know, we had VIC-20s and you know, Pong was sort of making its way in. The early NES systems, that sort of thing. So nothing got me into it other than the fact they existed, I think, really. Let's listen to the elephants running down the stairs in the background. I don't think I've had time off either, really. No, I mean, I've always been a gamer, grown up with it, right back to the early days. I think there's a question later on about early game memory, so I won't spoil that, but that was a big engine. Alex, I can't. Fuck! I've just overwritten his name. I really should get right. Yeah, it was Alex W. Right, Alex W. Sorry, and again, selfless, utterly selfless. I think I need to put some glowstone in here, don't you? I think it needs. I don't quite know how I'm going to do this. That's going to look a bit weird. maybe no, I can't really set it in the floor because it's going to come up, and I can't really. I suppose I could do that. Of course, now I've done that, I need to go and get. Oh, there is a sufficiency, so it's not. You may also notice that I'm not in my armour. If you paid attention last episode, you will notice that I fell, and I did in fact fall into lava. And I lost everything. Absolutely everything. And there was some good stuff. That was quite annoying. Let's get rid of that. See ya. So yes, in answer to the question, eventually, I've always played games, always, from little tiny, ickle baby. In fact, let us hunt down. I didn't really do these in any particular order. I just fished them out as we went. First computer game you ever played from a Misshapen Fire. My dad built a Pong machine, or tennis as it was called then. I think it was out of a circuit in a magazine. You know, I mean, this is going back to. I mean, I remember the old Sinclair Spectrum magazines where you get a program written in the back and you could go and type it out and it would do something really exciting like move some colours around the screen. Let's have somebody under here. And he built one of those for me, which was totally awesome. I mean, looking back at it now, it's shit, but the actual act of doing it was certainly awesome. I mean, he's an electrical engineer anyway, so it was not particularly big thing in terms of, you know, doing it. I mean, it was, I'm not belittling it, but it wasn't like he had to learn whole new skills or anything. But put it in a box, little twisty paddle things to move your controller, and up until fairly recently we still had it. I did want to get it up and running, but apparently there was a chip in it that fried, which is no longer under production, and so it was dead, which is a shame because I would like to have brought that back. Oh, I can do an LP on Pong, that would be awesome. Imagine that. Yeah, so I think that was the first one, and then you want to talk about home computers and stuff. My mate's VIC-20, I think, did a lot of hours around his house playing such exciting things as horoscope skiing and other things that kids nowadays will look at and think, whoa. I mean, it's ridiculous. Even the most basic phones these days have got far more computing power than anything they learn. But yeah, I think sometimes it made for better games because they're a little bit more creative with the limitations. But that's another argument for another day. Let's have another question. Blah 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 blah. Lit Zippo team says, Badge, do you have a favourite whiskey? Now again, tragically, that has fallen into my area of allergies, and I don't know why, but for some reason one day I started getting quite ill, and long story short, very long story and painful and utter mess, I managed to track it down to various food intolerances. I suppose this is Q&A, so I should really discuss it, but I just talked about it the other day and into quite details. But let's just say I was very ill and I had to go through a lot of very invasive exploratory stuff. Cameras where I don't want cameras, let's just say that. All sorts of things to find out, and eventually they tracked it down. which was kind of good because it was nothing bad, I suppose. But yeah, I was getting tested for a lot of stuff, a lot of embarrassing stuff, and you know, it's good that I was all clear on that, I guess. But it kind of, it affects you. It affects you if you are ill, quite badly, quite painfully, and you're going to get all these tests and the doctors, and they all come back and say, no, there's nothing wrong with you. That after a while starts to do things to your head. Anyway, Austin R, A Walk to Vanish is his YouTube channel, and he also gets a lapis block, so thank you to you. But yeah, back to the question. Whiskey, whiskey in the jar. We used to do a lot of Canadian Club. A lot of Canadian Club. I think that's the only whiskey I would drink neat. Yeah, I used to do quite a lot of Jack and Coke, but that was more just a sort of scene, I suppose. Oh, I mean, you know, I will still have a Jack and Coke if I could. But as I say, allergic to alcohol, bad shit. I say bad shit, I mean, alcohol's pretty fucking bad for you, to be honest, so it's not the end of the world. But Brock O, his MC name. MC is DJ Shabel. So if you see him on a server ever, say, yo dude, that says hi. Right, cool, lovely question.